playing arcade games.
I can't believe how good these games are.
And the music and the fun.
Preview of Apple's Arcade next.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
iOS Today is brought to you by Gazelle, the trusted online marketplace for buying and selling used devices. Get paid for giving new life to used devices and get an extra $10 off your first trade-in of $50 or more at gazelle.com/twit. And by Plex. With Plex, you can organize and stream your personal collection of movies, TV shows, music, and photos anywhere on any device. Plex has offered Twit listeners a 30-day free trial of Plex Pass, which gives you access to all those great premium features, too. Go to plex.tv/twit and enter the code TWIT to start your free trial today. And by Zapier. Zapier connects all your business software and handles the work for you so you can focus on what matters most. Right now through November, go to zapier.com/iOS for your free 14-day trial. iOS Today time. Hello, everybody. I'm Leo Laporte.
And I'm Mikah Sargent.
And this is a show where we cover the iPad, the iPhone, the Apple Watch, the TV OS. Even though they've renamed everything, we still cover all of those. Soon CarPlay, too, because I hear CarPlay, the new CarPlay.
Oh, people are raving.
Even better.
Chef's kiss.
Beautiful.
Oh, mwah, mwah.
But today we've got something extra special. Micah noticed this. We had a whole show worked out. We had worked so many hours. So many hours.
How many hours were you working on that one part?
I probably spent 3 or 4 days working on today's show.
Yeah.
And then last night something happened, something exciting, something marvelous.
Something amazing.
I got a Slack from Micah. He said, Apple Arcade, it's here. And I said, what? Now, that's because you're running iOS 13, the beta,
Correct.
public beta.
13.1, in fact.
As am I, so I rushed over to my Apple App Store on my
Away from
iPad.
working on the show that you had,
Oh, yeah, I did. I put down the show that we'd been working on, and I went and I tapped the arcade button, which in times previous had contained nothing but a cheesy come on. Now it is loaded with games.
It's full of games.
So you get a, a 1-month trial. Now, again, this is because we're running the beta, public beta. It is not going to arrive on your iPhone or iPad or Apple TV or even Macintosh until the iOS 13 update. So Thursday, I guess, for iOS devices. I'm not sure when it'll come for Mac.
So Mac is sometime in October. They don't have
when
a
they
date
get Catalina.
Yeah.
So, and apparently, I've been reading it, not everyone who has iOS 13 is getting this.
That is correct.
So
not everybody
rollout.
who's on the beta got
So
it.
we're very lucky. Apple probably didn't notice it was me, or they would have held back.
See, that's why I had to ask if you had it, because I'm like, oh,
you know how
Leo.
Apple feels about Leo. But here's the good news. We do have it. And so for those of you who will be getting it on Thursday, and those of you who are curious, we stayed up all night. Playing games,
weeping at first for throwing all the work that we did out the window.
I actually got headphones out because I don't want to keep Lisa up as I'm playing these games. Unfortunately, my howling and cackling probably did keep her up because these are really, really fun.
Yeah.
So today, Apple Arcade. There's a lot to show you. There are as we go to press, as they say. I counted 59 games, not 100 yet.
So not 69 games.
Did I say 69?
No, it's just important that it's not 69.
It's 59.
Gotcha.
But, in fact, I don't think we're going to get to the full 100 plus that Apple's advertising for a couple of months. I think that one source said November 19th we'll have all 100. But believe me, you don't want more.
No.
There are too many games already.
And there's a big reason why you don't want more, because these games are... they are part of the subscription. There are no ads and things like that in them. They're big files. These are some pretty big app files.
Oh, yeah. So that's the first thing to understand is that you are downloading them from the arcade as if they were an app. And they run offline if you want. Although I have noticed there's multiplayer games. I think you noticed that as well.
You found one?
I did find one.
Oh, I didn't know that they had any out yet.
Well, it's searching for somebody to play.
Oh,
should I show you?
Multiplayer across the across the interwebs.
Well, it's not clear.
I would love to be able to
especially since it didn't find anybody. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Maybe if we both launch the game at the same time.
It's hard to say. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one it is. Is it maybe Lego Brawls? That would make sense. There are some big titles like this. This is the Lego title.
I was kind of disappointed, honestly, that the tiles take up spots on my iPad. I wanted them to
they're
all
right.
be
They're just like
arcade.
apps.
Yeah.
By the way, $5 a month. The family plan, so that's nice. It does use Apple's Games Center, of course. So who should I be? A carpenter? A cave woman? Let me turn it up too, because the sound on all of these is spectacular.
You really have the vibe of a cheerleader. If I like condense you down to one
kind of
thing.
a masculine cheerleader. So many of the games are in recognizable genres. This is in the kind of Mortal Kombat battle genre.
Finish him.
Yeah, except it's Lego. I don't know what I'm looking at this point.
They're just like
so
showing
apparently,
you words.
Okay. So I can have these, I guess. I can has
pom pom.
Okay. So this is, I think, a battle game, although this is the first time I played this one. I was trying to find a game. Okay, so slide left and then up to jump.
Oh, it's Super Mario.
And then down. So it's a platformer. Now what's going to happen here? Whoa.
I think you pom-pommed it.
I pom-pommed it. That's a good weapon.
It really could dazzle and confuse. If you were facing a bunch of cats, it would be a good weapon.
Wow, that's the pie gun?
Whoa.
Boom.
Now, what kind of pies are you blasting? That's important.
Can she bake? Okay, let's brawl. I don't know. Piracy consent. Yes, I agree to piracy.
Piracy.
Yep. Can always privacy, obviously, but I'm the king of the bon mot. Now, waiting for minimum brawlers. Okay, so apparently this is a multiplayer game because it's waiting, and that may be a long wait since this isn't out the full set of people yet.
And what's the minimum, I wonder? Let me try to... Oh, there we go. Lego Brawls.
Maybe if you join.
That's what I'm thinking.
But you're going to have to go through. There are not enough players. So, as you can see, this is going to be an issue. But that was enough of a taste. You get an idea of the flavor of this game. So there are platformers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a fighting game. It's the word brawl being the giveaway there, but it did look like it had some platformers. There are some old friends. Rayman is back. Rayman Mini.
I love Rayman.
I'm a Rayman fan. Are you? Me too.
Yeah. I used to play it all the time with one of my younger brothers.
Yeah.
And we would
the other thing that's great about this, as Apple had pointed out, you can use your controller, either an existing controller. I probably have to repair it because I didn't. Either your existing controller, I think it works with PlayStation and Xbox controllers, or Mikah and I have controllers that we bought specifically for. I wonder if I have to go into the settings and check to see specifically for.
So that's the benefit of having a newer model because mine's been paired the whole time.
Yeah. This is a really old one. I got this when the Apple TV started doing it. Right?
Oh, I see.
This is the Stratus XL connected. Okay. All right. Now let's see if it this is a game.
Skovbarg's Ale.
Skovbarg's Ale.
That's what it is.
Okay, so let's play a little. Okay, I'm gonna play a little Rayman.
Rayman.
One skull corn. Oh, it's got lums. It's got. It really is what you've played before. You're used to this game. If you can read this hint, you're incredibly something. Okay, press up. Press that to jump. Oh, that's pretty easy. So it's a runner game that you don't actually have to do anything except press the jump button.
Called? Endless Runner. Is that it?
Endless Runner. Yeah. But it's Rayman. Who doesn't love the good old Rayman?
Does he still have his flying ears?
Oh, I bet he does. What if I... Yes, he does. Look, see, I kept pressing.
Wow, this takes me back.
Oh, how do I reverse direction? Remember that?
Splash.
Okay. Now, one of the things I noticed, I'm curious what you saw on this, is that a lot of these games have, I don't want to say rudimentary graphics, but they're not AAA type super realistic graphics. And I think that's partly because companies aren't going to put a whole lot of money into these games.
Yes.
This is pretty traditional Rayman graphics. Oh man, I'm having trouble getting on that lead. But not, all of them had this kind of feeling of, oh man.
It's not, yeah, it's okay, but it's not superb. and doesn't have, like you said, that AAA feel to them. And they're either all done very stylized, or they just kind of don't add a whole lot of depth.
Yeah. On the other hand, it's clear they put a lot of energy into the music. The audio in a lot of these is spectacular. You want to pick one? Show us
I was gonna say,
one of your favorites. I don't want to hog the games.
Well, that's a good thing, is that we both have subscriptions. So
I am really happy. And family subscriptions. You get a month to try it. I think $5 for the quality and variety of games you're getting is more than worth it. This is going to be a hit. You know what I'm a little concerned about, though? I think the games in the rest of the store are going to be a little bit ignored. Once you buy this, are you going to look at any other games?
I didn't think about that.
This is every game you'll ever need. So this is Sayonara, right?
That's it. That's what it's called, yeah. And you
listen to the music, though. Isn't it beautiful? So this is a game that I think you just play because it's beautiful and pretty.
Nice to,
you could see they didn't put a huge amount of effort into the graphics. But see, I think playing this is satisfying.
Oh yeah,
in a way, this is the kind of game you want an arcade.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of mindless.
You put in a coin and you go.
Yeah.
And you sort of like forget. Are we doing a show?
I love how this sounds. I love the music. And incidentally, it's full stereo on an iPad Pro. I mean, it uses the speakers beautifully. It's almost as if, I suspect Apple has a library that these guys are using that really
that's an interesting thought.
Makes it sound great on the iPad.
Oh,
remember, you're going to be able to play these on your Macintosh, I can't wait to play on the Apple TV. I don't have a updated Apple TV yet, but I sat down in front of my TV thinking this would be a great game, especially with a controller. And look how well you did.
Wow, look at me.
See, I never got to higher than bronze. You're good at this, but I was using my fingers. All of them can be played with your fingers in a sensible iPad way.
Anyway, you get the idea of that one.
You played Tint?
No.
I did. What's good about this is that there are games for every type of player, and Tint is not for the shoot-'em-up arcade type. So what is going on with Tint? No one really knows. You've got blue, green, and yellow airplanes. I can draw a line to the yellow airplane. If I draw the blue line through the yellow line, it gets green because blue and yellow makes green. But now I've caused a problem for myself. I can't.
Oh, and there's no more blue paint left?
There's no more. Well, that's it. So I need to reset that. I could also get a hint. Yeah, I did that, dummy. That's hint 1. Hint 2 is, go around. See, I caused myself a dead end. And then do what I did. So I've got to reset. I don't know what these other tabs do. Oh, here's the reset. No, reset it, please. Oh, and you get these. It's beautiful, right? Oh, so this is for people like me who aren't artists, but think we are.
Who wish we were.
and so you aren't really doing any art. No, don't send me any notifications. I really don't need notifications.
Hey, you forgot to draw.
Okay, here's who did it.
Almost my name.
I would say these people are not from around here.
Okay.
Produced by Apple. So that's telling. And I think that's one of the reasons there are such a variety of interesting games. Apple is putting money into these game studios. So this is Lika Studios. And I think because of Jakob Likagaard, that's Lika in the Lika Studios. Then there's Mika Karkinen and Tomas Schlens. And but I think it's really beautifully done. Obviously, Apple was looking for another kind of book in here. So here we'll go. I'll show you the basics. This is really simple. That's from the beginning. Yeah. I released a butterfly. I thought it was a paper airplane. Now that's green and that's blue. Blue plus blue is blue.
Yeah.
Blue plus yellow is green. So I guess I went back to the tutorial.
Must be.
But why not show you the tutorial?
That kind of looks like a makeup brush.
Yeah, you don't use that in any way. Now we've got to go like that to get to that.
Oh, you've made a nice...
So I imagine this will get more complex. I certainly hope so.
And then the drawings...
This is one you didn't like.
It's a little too simple.
It's not a game for you.
It's just a little... Yeah. Like, I don't mind the one that we were playing earlier that kind of zones you in and out.
Yeah, that was pretty. This is really for... But I think this is for a certain type of person. There are people who...
Like a child.
Or... people like Sarah Lane who didn't like games that made her anxious.
Oh, you thought that was a slight. I was not doing a slight there. Genuinely, it's like this would be a good game for a kid to play.
It would be, because
They
then
could
you'd learn
learn
that
their
blue and
colors,
yellow
yeah.
makes green.
Yeah.
Endlessly.
So, in case you forgot, blue and yellow makes green.
Over and over and over. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, maybe, okay.
Oh, so butterfly.
So now this happens. I don't know what this is. Oh, I'm in. Oh, so I've done these. I guess I haven't finished this one yet.
Night stage.
I haven't gotten there. So this is the one that I screwed up, maybe. So I want yellow.
Yellow first.
I want blue, but remember I did that wrong.
Yellow goes first, then blue goes around.
So blue should go here. That should go here.
Yeah, but what you did wrong was you did blue first. You need to do yellow first, and then you do blue afterward.
How do you reset?
There
That's
should
the
be a
thing
reset.
I didn't know.
Hey.
Oh, and I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's go back here.
Oh my God! Hopefully it doesn't make you. Oh, I bet you can choose your level.
Yeah, you can. But how do I? There should be a reset button if you do it wrong, right?
I agree.
In all of these games, there is. So
Down with yellow,
down with yellow.
and then you go blue around, and then touch yellow, and then touch green.
You don't stop.
Right.
You are smart.
Wow. And it's look, blue and yellow makes green. Who
Now
knew?
you can also share your creation.
Oh, you should send that to me. I'm so proud of you.
I like it.
I like.
I like it.
I like the tint.
There. Oh yeah. See, here's the share. So should I Instagram this?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna send it to my mom because she's an artist.
Yeah, and then
Look, Mom.
she'll print it out and put it on.
Look,
her,
Mom.
on her fridge.
And then there we go. I just sent it to my mom. She's gonna go, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I'm an artist, Mama. I love how they fly away. So that's Tint. I think honestly,
that's
this will
complicated.
reward further effort.
Yeah, I think probably it makes more complex.
So that's yellow. That's green. That's blue. That's blue.
Yes.
If I went there to green, I would lose the yellow. So what I need to do is go around through yellow, down through that, and into there. But then I've
Nice.
lost the...
Oh.
No,
So
I
you
didn't
have
need to do the
Oh, you
blue.
didn't have to do the blue.
I could send that to my mom, too. Then she'd really
That's a
wonder
really
what's
good one.
going on.
That's gorgeous.
Leo, is there anything you want to tell me? Oh, we got a new color.
Oh, boy.
So I think this is going to evolve into one of those kind of puzzle games that I enjoy. So now we're ready to play Frogger.
Now, here's something interesting that's new to me. You can see that I popped this up and it said, hey, I noticed that you played on the iPhone XS Max and you had 5 froglets that you saved.
Yes.
So you can play that or
Start a new game.
You can start the game that you started playing on the iPad.
And that's because it's using Game Center.
Yeah, so I'm going to choose the one that I started on the iPhone XS Max.
This actually is really fun. And I think it'd be more fun with a controller because I had to play it with my fingers, and that was hard.
With your fingies?
Fingies. You're in adventure mode. So this is the one that Apple demonstrated on the stage a week ago.
Yes. Unfortunately, I've not made it to the bathroom yet, so.
Didn't get to the giant baby. It is Frogger, Pencil Panic, but there is more of a plot. You're trying to rescue baby frogs, collect gumdrops, and avoid the Pez.
Marbles are items that can be spat out with great force.
You can spit it. Spit it at that Pez.
I don't. Oh, no.
Oh, he Pez'd you.
I should have gone faster.
Go get your marble.
I think it's gone.
What's nice is you don't die. You just lose potential points. You can
I
jump
think they
up
don't
on
want
things.
crying children. Mom,
You think this is a kid's
Frogger's
game?
dead.
I think this is... Whoa, you just got squished again.
I've got one life left. I'm reckless.
Don't. What are you ran into that car for? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh,
This
now you're
controller's
dead.
not. I'm gonna. Okay, so folks, I was using the joystick, and I think I'm
That's
just gonna
why
use
I ended up... Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I think you want the direction buttons.
Let's use the D-pad, folks.
D-pad. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
I couldn't think of it either.
It's made for a D-pad. See? Because
Yeah,
you really can only
this
do...
is much
You can
better.
only go up, down, left, right. There you go. Watch the Pez
no, I missed
dispenser. Okay, that's not a Pez dispenser. Oh, you got all the gumdrops. Good job.
And we get this.
That's something.
That matters.
I think that ball might be useful too, but okay, never mind. Help! There's a little Frogger baby. So you want to save that little baby.
Oh no, is the baby gonna get
That's
munched
your job.
by the
Oh,
spring?
crap. Watch out, the bird.
No.
Oh, you gotcha. So,
Okay.
where's the sound? Turn up your sound.
Oh yeah, that's what's going on.
There's actually really good music on this. It's much more fun with the sound. As
oh, no,
I
there's
learned.
one up there. Do you see?
Oh, he's up there, so you got to knock the blocks down, not get squashed.
Oh, and I got another heart.
That's life. Life
That's
itself.
Life. That's what the people
say. This is a hard one. Go after the little shoe car.
I'm going to try.
Yeah. Oh, nice job, Frogger. You got 2 little frogs with you.
Let's see. How
There's
do I
3 in
knock
a
this
level, I
bad boy?
think.
Oh, thank you,
Oh.
Spring. The spring thing helped me.
Spring thing.
Spring thing. Spring fling.
It's your spring. The bomb is supposedly helps you do stuff, but all I found it did is blew me up.
Oh, no. It actually blew you up?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got all my froggies.
You can commit bombicide. Oh, watch out.
no.
Here comes...
Oh,
here
no.
comes,
Why is it still following me? That's cruel.
Uh-oh, watch out. No! Oh, God, you're so reckless.
But who did it?
But you did it. Who did it? Who did it?
Oh, no, we're going
Micah
still.
did. Micah did.
He did it. Help!
Oh,
look,
so
a
you
little
get the
pencil cup.
idea. This is fun. I really enjoy this. I think the graphics are good. Better than a lot of these games. You want to see the worst graphics?
I would love to see
I
the
didn't
worst
end up
graphics.
finishing this game because the graphics were so crappy.
It hurt your eyes.
It hurt my eyes. This is another one that's clearly for the phone. It's an 8-bit game. But, you know, my kids...
Oh, no, and you have to turn, you have to turn to the side. No.
love 8-bit games. Urquhart Forest. Urquhart Forest.
Ew.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't like the name.
Urquhart. See how bad the graphics are? This is one where they didn't even attempt anything.
Is that a style? They're trying to go
It's
for
a
something?
style, but you know what? I don't like
I
it.
don't like it. Why is the moon like that?
It's Blood Moon.
Oh.
The cheapest cutscene ever made.
What in the world
This
is
took them a day. Uh-oh, there's big Spideys. Okay, now I'm in the game. So it's kind of, I guess it's a rogue. I guess it's a roguelike.
Wait, is it
know.
sensitive to tilt? Oh, it looked like it was kind of moving a little bit.
It's just terrible. This game is terrible.
This reminds me of Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus.
Yeah. No? Game Boy?
Yeah, it's like Kid Icarus. I think these are all based on an early game type called the Rogue game. Let's just get out of here. I guess I can't. I'm engaged. I'm otherwise
congratulations.
engaged to this bat. I got engaged to a bat.
It was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
Somehow I got engaged to a bat.
This is clearly for your phone, right? This is a thumb typer.
This
you know?
is just like, you don't have to look at it pretty much.
Yeah, you just. I don't like it, but I think there are people who will like it, right? I think
hope
the
not.
youngs
I'm
like
just kidding.
8-bit games.
Oh, I see. It's,
Yeah, so I think that's who this is for.
What
Go
about
ahead.
the floor is lava?
Okay, this is another one that Apple put in the teaser and everything because it looks really cool. You're like a robot trying to avoid hot lava. Have you played it?
No.
Oh, so you're trying this for the first time.
Yeah. I downloaded it yesterday, but I didn't get to play it.
Thanks, Mama Robot.
Hold to skip. I love that.
Oh, thank goodness. No more cutscenes. Now you don't know what to do, though.
Watch me.
See, I never
reckless.
skipped the cutscene the first time
Section
through.
locked. I need
Okay.
a surfing surfaces.
You need a Microsoft tablet to play that. Okay.
Okay, I'll go
Now
this
you're
way.
in. So you're in the. But the floor is not yet lava. But clearly, it's going to be lava because the thing you need is going to be on the other side of the lava. So you have to jump around. See, these are all things you can jump on, but there's no lava.
Let's do it.
Uh-oh. You're brave. Oh, the floor is now lava. Literally. Lava. I want to see you burn.
Of course you do.
I want the world to burn.
And
It's okay.
you
It's okay.
first.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
okay.
this is fine. Jumping.
Oh, look, I'm going to get a big
I'm
emerald.
hopping. There's probably a third-person view because I think when we saw this game in the teaser, there was a... So now you have the thing you needed?
There's third-person view for a second.
Oh, maybe that's why. Okay. Yeah, look. Oh, you have to hold it to see. I think third-person view would actually make this a little easier because I don't know what I'm on.
Oh, wow, that seems really far away.
Oh, you got to get up there, maybe. Oh, swing. Yeah, swing on the rope.
Oh, no.
Oh,
you
now we
saw
know what
me
lava looks
burn.
like.
How
No,
do I-
that okay. That was an additional special effect by Kevin King.
Is there
Now we have to give you credit. Special effects by Kevin King.
Too far away. Okay.
You had your finger on that burning button, didn't you,
That was
Kevin?
pretty good.
He knew he was going to get there.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks for your faith in me.
Oh, and again we burn.
I don't know how to get there.
The whole world
I bet the
burns.
tutorial would have told me there's like a double
The
jump or
TriCaster
something.
must have known about this game.
Oh, what's happening?
Get the
Oh,
hot
that's somebody
water
else.
tank.
Or no, it's watching me do.
You need the hot. Oh.
Now, what did they do there? How'd that happen?
There must be another button you have to hit when you get to the
I
rope
bet you're right.
that you're not hitting.
Oh,
You're
no.
You're just jumping past
I'm
it.
just going, what's happening?
Hit the button!
I did. I hit.
Okay, Kevin, don't do that anymore because you don't want to give people the false impression that there actually is flames.
Oh, I did
You
it.
got it!
I hit X. I don't know why that.
Hitting X works.
Who is that? Is that a live human being
That's
that's
your
playing
mother.
this game right now?
Your robot mother.
That
No,
is not
that's
my
showing
mom.
you how to do it.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's the tutorial.
Why is their name E. Cavaliere Oscuro?
Oh, maybe there's
Morty?
somebody. Oh, maybe it is a multi-player. No, see, he keeps doing it. I think maybe he keeps time.
Yeah, like I was.
Nice. Look at you go. Go follow E. Cavaliere.
Crouch or jump to let go of pipe.
You think that's another person?
I
Yeah,
do.
it keeps getting burned up. You show him how it's done.
Hold forward when jumping
Mikah
to launch
Sargent.
forward. Watch me.
So you're playing with other people, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty cool.
That is
I
kinda
like
neat.
that. That makes it more interesting.
Swing on the bars. Oh, this is kind of fun. Swing with forward. Well, yeah, I know that. No, E. Cavaliere Oscuro Dududu is getting ahead of me.
Maybe you're in a race with Skira to Doo-Doo.
Oh, I might be.
It could be.
Super jump. Use the trampoline.
Super jump. He's trying, but he just got burned again.
Oh, I see.
You're so much better than him. You are so much better than him, Mikah Sargent. You are the king. You beat Cavaliere Doo-Doo.
Plenty
Yay.
of sticky. Use it to jump off.
I hope he's watching the show today.
I hope so too. Hey,
going,
Scavieri.
Oh,
That is
man,
not
this
how you
guy is
pronounce my
too
name.
good. He's beaten me. This is Mikah Sargent.
Oh.
Sargento.
Oh, did you see? I can press the action button to skip my death. If I don't
Skip
wanna
your
watch
death.
It. Oh,
Let's
no, it's
watch
right
it.
there.
I want to see it. Oh, you stick to that slime, and
Yeah.
then is that Scavieri Doo-Doo? Oh. Nice.
Yeah, Scavieri Dududu got ahead of me. And
Did he, or was he just trying to show you the way? I think he's your tutor.
Maybe.
It's a
but see, look,
strange
it
name.
It said my name.
Yeah. So maybe you're playing against somebody else. That's the other thing is there are very few people who are yet playing this game. You'll see a handful of reviews of some of the games. This is slowly rolling out. So that's, I think, when you get 10 million people in here, which you will.
Oh my gosh! I hope then they only put you in with like 5 people.
Yeah,
at
they'll
once
be
or something.
limited.
I see what he did.
There he is.
Oh, there's another
Scavieri. Oh, there's another one.
No, come on. Yes.
Go meet your friend.
What happened?
It's Mother.
Did I let you out?
It's your mother. You freed her.
Hello, Gonzo.
Gonzo.
I don't know what I just.
Give me Gonzo. No, don't get handsy with Gonzo. That's more like it.
Thumbs up.
Bow down to him.
Wait, thumbs up.
Oh, look. You have gestures.
But
Oh, see, that was very popular in Fortnite. The good news is we know you don't have to pay for these because there are no microtransactions in these games. There's no in-game purchases.
that's kind of fun.
I wonder what Apple hasn't said is they're going to add games. I presume that means that less popular games will go away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be
if it's
disappointing if you had a game you really liked and after a month it went away. Maybe it won't be a month, though. Maybe that's why they only have 59 games, is because they want to give you, maybe there'll be 3 months. I hope there's a minimum that you can kind of count on. Oh, nice. You're good at this.
Hey, Scavieri.
You and Hot Lava. I like the gestures.
Maybe he is my tutor. He
Gestures are so much fun.
feels like he's following right along.
Well, no, I think nobody can be better than you. Another vase. Another day, another vase.
As they say.
Oh, that looks hard.
Oof.
You know what? I'm not playing games against you. You're good at games. Look at you.
Who knew?
Wasted youth.
Yeah, what was I thinking? Why didn't I just get
We didn't
start
have
streaming
games when
on
I was
Twitch?
your age. All we had was rocks and mud. We didn't have fancy things like this. Oh, good, you burned.
And a few marbles that we kicked
Oh,
around.
you didn't burn.
Oh, yeah.
You won.
That's how it's done.
Oh, man, showing him.
Ta-da!
I beat Cavaliere Doo-Doo.
Yay! Oh, now I can be Jin Forcer.
You got a new character? You got a new... This is
Oh,
fun.
I got a
Good
new
job.
gesture. You want a piece of me?
No, I don't want to play you, ever. Can I show you? This is
something else,
the
please.
funnest game ever.
Okay.
Remember Goat Simulator?
Uh-huh.
Where you threw things around?
Yeah.
This is called What the Golf. And you are, in theory, golfing.
In theory.
Okay, in theory. In fact, there's a golf ball. It's like putt-putt golf, right? And you pull and you fire and you get a hole. Sometimes there's obstacles, but I think we can go right through those obstacles. Oh, I didn't pull back far enough. Bim, got the flag.
You're a person.
Now I've got a player. This is really exciting. So I'm
His
going to
name
pull
is
back.
Gerald.
And, oh, wait a minute. I threw Gerald. I'm not throwing the ball. I'm throwing Gerald. So, gosh, that's fun, isn't it?
This would be...
It's like Goat Simulator.
Yeah. This is...
Ouch.
If I could say this is the kind of game that I think would be hilarious to pull out while I'm at a bar and I'm having a...
Oh, it'd be a great way to meet...
Hilarious.
Look, I'm not throwing the ball. I'm throwing the putter. And it fell off. I'm in a high cliff. So this is the problem, is you can't really be sure how the putter's going to roll.
That is an ancient proverb, actually.
How does the putter roll? The shadow knows.
Oh, no.
Right off the edge. So this is... it's
you got to look out for the soccer balls in life. They'll distract you.
Oh, wow. It's just hanging on by a thread. I guess I could just go straight for the... Yeah, nice.
Oh, and the music in the background.
Okay, this is going to be one of those games where you go,
stakes.
gosh darn it. Golly gosh, I hate losing.
Good physics. Good physics.
Yeah, isn't it fun? And I actually well past this point, but I guess it didn't remember me. Or I didn't get to a save point, so I'm replaying. But eventually you get a really interesting variety of objects.
Anytime someone says that they haven't saved the game, they're actually farther along. They're lying to you.
No, I really am. I really am. I'm going to get a house next. Watch. Club.
Oh, see? He wasn't lying.
I got a house. Now, I don't really understand the physics of house rolling.
House rules, you know.
This is a little tougher. Don't get hit by a car. Oh, crap.
Oh, the car would have knocked you off.
Maybe.
I wonder what kind of home insurance
I don't know, but I feel like if there's a wicked witch, I'm going to land on her here.
Yes.
Home in one.
We're not in Kansas
Not
anymore.
in Kansas. Now, the cats are definitely in the way. You could go around them, or you go right through them. Boom.
Did you
and
just
now I know
murder
that
those cats?
the cats are dead, but so am I. So you maybe want to be careful
That's
about
also a
hitting the
lesson
cats.
for life.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Cool. Those cats are cool. So isn't this great?
I love this.
This is going to be my new, just... Oh, the hole moved. Bad flag. Not too hard, which is nice.
Now, which one is it? Is it the ball?
I figure I'm going down that hole.
But which one are you throwing?
Well, who knows?
Oh, it is the ball. Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
Isn't this fun? Welcome to the golf lab. You did it. I guess that might have been the tutorial. I don't know. What? The golf. Isn't this great?
I love it.
My new fave.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just dopey.
Yeah.
And, simple graphics, fun music. This is very much like a lot of the arcade games. What I think is exciting is that people are going to have an opportunity, small independent publishers are going to have an opportunity to try stuff. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and that's the big thing to me, I think, with arcade is the opportunity for a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
And
especially if Apple's putting the money
in there, produced by Apple.
Yeah. I don't know which of these are. In fact, that's the first time I've seen that. Experiment 422, wholesome joke.
Wholesome joke, I get it.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Oh. So now I got through the lab, and now I'm in another level here.
Gotcha.
I don't have a ball, though, which is kind of a silly...
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Are you throwing the hole?
I'm throwing the hole.
Into the one. Oh,
into
that's
the...
funny.
Am I?
I bet. That's hilarious. And it came up out of the ground.
This is great fun. I have to say, I really appreciate what they've done. Maybe I'm supposed to hit the...
Hole in one.
Hole in one. I get it. That was a
joke.
1. I got it in there.
And there's
I get it. So this is fun. And my new favorite so far, I think, is What the Golf.
What the Golf.
Okay. Now, you're playing...
Pinball.
Another one that I really liked, and I thought this was a lot of fun. I played this for
love
several hours. Go ahead, show us. This is... Now, there are pinball games on the iPhone that are beautifully graphic and complex and very much like the physics of real pinball. This is a little different. You're a little wizard.
A little wizard.
Little wizard head.
A little wizard in a dungeon.
And you got to get that key, and then once you get the key, the door will open. So you do have flippers. And there are, there's pinball physics. There you go. Yay! You got the key. Now, the door opens, but you have a limited amount of time
to get through.
Or you could just do what you
I could also just die.
So you have 45 seconds to get through that.
Oh, man.
And it's not as easy as it looks because you really can't. It's hard to control what's going on with your flipper. Oh, there you go. It's hard to get right, unless you're... Oh, maybe you are a pinball wizard.
The floor is lava.
Got to be a trick.
Yeah, I think there is a trick to it. Good luck. Your journey begins now. Oh, look.
That was your tutorial.
I love the little awards you can get in some of these games. Is that what they're called? Awards? Rewards? Achievements. Thank you very much, Kevin.
So this one gets fairly complicated. There's enemies. There's things to hit. It's not a very complicated pinball layout. Not anything like you've ever seen before. But it's fun enough, and you definitely have flipper action. There's multi-flipper action as you get farther along.
Oh, multi-flipper action. Now that's...
I think this is another win.
I agree. Oh, and I got the key right
Remember,
away.
you're getting all of the games we've shown you, you're getting for $5 a month.
For $5 a month.
I think that's, if anything, that's part of the problem is that there are so many games here. I'd pay $5 just for the mini golf, right? Mm-hmm. Or for this even, frankly. So
yeah, like a one-time $5 purchase for this game. Yeah,
it's fantastic. So my question is,
how do I get through the door? Oh no, that's not.
How? It feels like there's too much. It's like so much
paralysis of choice.
Yeah, and are you going to play like five different games? I mean, or are you just going to say, well, I'm in the mood for today for this? Isn't that a little fragmenting? I don't know. I don't know how people play. And do you play when you play games? Do you play a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
Yeah, I'm not a completionist by any means.
Okay, so I think there are people though who want to get through the whole game.
Yeah.
And what we don't know, because we just got this last night, and there's only so many hours in the day, is how deep these games are.
How deep is
I haven't
your
completed.
love?
Have you completed any game?
I have yet to.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, exactly. We did work hard, but we did not work that hard to complete a game.
So that may be that you do get through and complete a game, and then maybe you could have as your goal, okay, I want to complete 10 games this month.
Yeah.
That would certainly be worth your $1.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Like in terms of financial, the aspect of oh yeah, am I getting it? Is it worth it?
Right.
But think about family. There's so many opportunities for all the different.
Well, that's the thing. For $5, and it's $5 for 5 or 6 people, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's pretty incredible.
There are games that are not just games. This is a weird game. It's called Dear Reader, and it's a word game, and it's a strange kind of word game. You're going to rearrange phrases in sentences, in paragraphs. It's a game of literary wordplay. So it's interesting. Looks like they're going to have different daily challenges. I was doing Pride and Prejudice. So you don't get the whole book, but you get a chunk of the book. So this is the book, Pride and Prejudice. I've actually read this book, so I kind of am familiar with it. You are blank, surely. I dare say Mr. Bingley will blank. Very glad to see you, and I will send blank few.
A few.
You are over scrupulous, I think, right?
Yes, I would say so.
I dare say Mr. Bingley will be very glad to see you. I will send a few, and then there's more to that sentence, obviously. Lines by
him.
You.
Oh, you. I was
to assure him of my hearty consent to his marrying whichever he chooses of the girls, though I must throw in a good word for my little Lizzo. I desire you will do no such thing. Lizzie is not a bit better than the others, and I am sure
she is not half so Oh wait. Who is not half so handsome?
I'm something.
I'm sure.
Lydia is not so half so handsome as Jane. I'm going to say Lydia. Oh, I lost a point. Each mistake costs ink. Run out and the game's over. So it's Jane. She is not so handsome, as now.
Ooh,
Who's handsome? Now,
Who's
do you
good
remember
humor?
Pride and Prejudice? Is Lydia handsome or Jane?
I don't.
I think Lydia is.
Oh wait, look at the.
Oh,
comma.
Jane is good humored.
We should
Lydia.
looked at the punctuation. That would have helped us.
Oh, there was punctuation. Ah, yes, like preference is going to go at the end, isn't it?
Yes.
Always giving her the preference. So you're actually going to read. I don't think you read the whole book, but you're going to read a bit of the book.
Yeah. Oh, and you got a little bit of ink.
I got more ink. So let's exit out because I want to see
I
what
like
the.
this because it's different.
So there's Emily Dickinson poems. Nice tie-in to the Apple TV Plus Dickinson.
Now, what was it that it said on the front page? Queer Eye.
Did it?
It did. It did. If you go back to there was like a main page.
Dear reader, in the bookstore, spend your hard ink. Okay, swell.
See, Queer Eyes. What did they mean by that?
Where?
Queer Eyes.
Queer Eyes. Sappho's woman-loving verse. Oh, these are all gay writers.
Gotcha.
Wild, subtle references to Victorian gay norms and more. It works in which queerness shines across the centuries. Moby Dick.
I didn't know that.
Even
had
the name
queer
tells
themes.
you.
Wow.
No. Queequeg and the other guy, Ishmael,
Oh,
they had a thing.
a little thing. Okay.
See, this is, and I don't know if Melville intended that or not. Like,
Oh, so is it like fanfic?
no, it's real. They sleep together. It's very strange. And when I first read this in high school, I thought, well, they're sharing a bed. I didn't know. And now I guess I do.
Well, maybe.
Dark and Twisty, you got The Jungle Book by Kipling, Time Machine, H.G. Wells.
Ooh,
so,
Time Machine.
surprise book package, you need a lot of ink, 10,000 ink for that one.
Now, see, this is weird. We're doing ink.
No, but you
purchases.
earn the ink by playing.
Ah, that's true.
So,
Do tell.
do tell. And then there's wordplay. So I was doing fill, but maybe we should do rearrange. Touch two lines to exchange them. Ready for a new kind of touch one blue line and then another and see what happens. So that's rearrange. Okay.
Onward.
Onward.
That's it.
There will be apparently other games.
Okay.
So
I love
this
this.
is-
What is this one called?
this is called Dear Reader.
Dear Reader.
I wonder what the Tuesday challenge is. Play a different chapter from a new book every day. Things get harder. So this is not an arcade game.
No.
This is a word game. I didn't find a lot of word games. Mostly they were kind of arcadey games.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was kind of looking for was because one game that I really like to play is The Sims.
Well, there is a sim. There are a few sim games.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you find any that were worth the time?
I didn't spend any time because that's not my favorite, but I did notice if you look at the description and you watch, you can see there's some games. I'll show you a game that I really liked. That is kind of a classic kind of 8-bit platformer. It's called, what is it called? It's called, this is Devolver again. They did that other 8-bit one.
Oh,
This
they
is
did the
called
one where you
Exit the Gungeon.
Oh my god.
And what it is, and maybe Kevin knows because he's younger than you even.
I don't think
Actually, he's
that's true.
not.
Yeah. At heart.
But he at heart. He knows a lot of these games. Is this a style? It's kind of like a bullet platformer. It's like a shooter platformer. There's a lot of shooting going on.
It reminds me of I don't know.
Hey there, pilot. You remember me? I'm Taylor the Tinker. Ha. I make the elevators. This place isn't going to last long. To save time getting out of here, I've constructed a network of elevators to help you exit because the system. All right.
Exit stage left.
Lot of exposition. I hate exposition.
Me too, so much.
Okay. So now I can jump down.
Exit stage
Jump
left.
down.
Even.
You can get new characters if you want. Like if you get on this guy, you can be him. Change character. I can now be Hunter. Down. That looks like a bad guy.
I like the icon for exit the dungeon.
So you can see you can do this jumping. Or maybe he's just a guy. It's just this guy, you know. Oh, it's a bar.
He's just a guy.
Bar at the end of time. Little, kind of little,
Hitchhiker's
yeah,
Guide?
hitchhiker humor there. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But I don't know what to do here. So I'm
Can you
just
get a
gonna
Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster?
Yeah, because it's a bar, not a restaurant, at the end of time. So I haven't really gotten anywhere where I can avoid bullets, but there is bullet avoiding involved.
Yeah, or so you say.
So I say. I seem to have gone back to the beginning, which
Can
I
you
didn't
even
really want to
exit
do.
the dungeon or what?
No, I can't. But anyway, I thought this was quite good. And it really fits the style of iPhone or iPad Flick Play. Go ahead. What do you got there?
I'm just laughing because the name of this game is fantastic. Various Day Life.
Various Day Life. I think that's a sim. It's a sim.
Oh, it's by Square Enix.
Square Enix?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Various Day Life.
That sounds like a very generic name, like they didn't have a name. So they called it, that's the code name.
Various Day Life.
Various Day Life.
What do you do in it? Various Day Life.
Do you think it's a language issue?
I think it is. That's what my guess would be.
All right.
So I shouldn't laugh, but it got me right in the chuckles.
Let me show you. Let's see, just real quickly because we're running out of time here.
The Sasquatch one.
I don't know what you're talking about when you say that, but is that what you're going to show us? The Sasquatch one?
You the Sasquatch one.
I didn't know there was a Sasquatch one.
Yeah, it's called Sneaky Sasquatch.
Sneaky Sasquatch.
And you literally just play a Sasquatch sneaking around throughout a park.
That's fun. And again, we're going to get used to this graphical style because a lot of the games are in this kind of...
It's like flat
style, yeah. And a lot of the characters are in this kind of...
Look at that Sasquatch.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Are we getting audio from this? There's got to be some music.
I'm sorry. I turn it down so that I can launch it while you're going. Now it's set. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at the little animations, like the jumping movement. All right. Here we go.
This is kind of what I thought arcade would be, which is a lot of kind of quick and maybe not very deep games with some simple graphics. The kind of thing a game studio could put out in a few months without a lot of work. This is not the kind of game you're going to put that a game studio would have spent years in the making.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Months in the making.
Uh-oh.
But
Mr.
maybe fun, because honestly, a great game doesn't have to have great graphics or even a great story. A great game has to have a great gameplay, and I think that's where this is an opportunity. I thought, for instance, What the Golf, which is a very simple game, had fun gameplay. So
I'm learning how to be a sneaky Sasquatch to get around Mr. Ranger.
So you're in the tutorial. Let me show a game. So this is another style of game I really like. I've played for a long time, called Rails, or railway games. These are games where you have to...
the word you were looking for earlier?
No. Oh. It's the word I have right now.
It's the one that's coming at me right now.
By the way, many of these game studios have multiple games. Oh, somehow I got back to the beginning, which I don't want. Resume. Oh, it didn't remember. Okay. So you're building roads. Wow, am I back here? I don't really want to be back here. I guess I didn't save it. So, and I can delete roads, and I can build roads. The idea is you're going to build a city. And according to you can do this in London and Beijing and other, cities, real cities. But for right now, this isn't really much of a city. I'm trying to solve the problem of getting cars from a home to a building, and there are different colors. How come skip tutorial? I thought I was already farther along. Oh, here we go. Los Angeles, Beijing, Tokyo, Dar es Salaam, Moscow, or Munich. So, but let me show you Los Angeles. It's not really Los Angeles. Oh, somebody is playing. Did you see? Some other people are playing. So you are competing against other people. So you can zoom in. My initial job is to get this house to here. Now,
oh, I love these kind of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are fun.
Yeah, I do too, because they are difficult sometimes as they become more complex.
Mm-hmm.
And so these little cars are going to go. You see the black dots show that's how many cars I have to get in there.
Okay.
Time is passing. I can speed up time if I want. There are weeks, so I'm going to build. Let's build here to this. I think this is the kind of game you'd play this kind of while you're doing something else, like on a train or something. It's just a soothing, not a complicated game. It's a little bit of a puzzle, and you'll see why. I can build bridges. You see, I have a bridge over here because I have played this before. I don't really have to do anything right now because it built that second house right next to it. Now, there'll be other colors and other destinations of other colors. So that's when it starts to get complex. You use two fingers to move around, and right now I can't move around much, but as we get more complex, the the city will build. This isn't really Los Angeles. I mean, I have the ocean and I have a tidal slough. So now at some point you get so many cars backed up. Here's another destination that the timer starts.
Oh, and that's when things get a little more
And then
intense.
things get a little bit more intense then. But so far, this has been fairly straightforward. You can also put in traffic lights. You get a limited number of road segments. Every week you get more. And you see time is passing. We're already to Saturday. So this is kind of, I guess it's a work week, right? I've put away 10 cars. Now this is where a bridge is going to come in handy. Because I do want to build across. Now that's, whoops.
The LA River.
The LA River. Now, or actually, it's not really a river.
The LA.
Oh, that's interesting. So I have to do this. Okay, I will surely regret what I've just done at some point. You've been awarded more road tiles because I got through the week. I even have a bridge, which is nice, a new bridge. So this is good. And as you see, it's going to get more complex. So there was a great game called Rails that I really enjoyed where you had to solve railway puzzles. This is very similar to that. This is another genre. How's your Sasquatch doing?
Sasquatch is doing quite well. He and I are sneaking around and look.
See, this is the kind of game I just go, oh, the hell with it.
It's a picnic basket.
But what it reminds me a little bit of,
Now watch, I gotta.
you
There's
get
a
some
watermelon, and put that in my bag.
sneaky Sasquatch.
Oh, a nice soda.
Does he ever get caught?
Well, he does if you don't sneak.
a ranger,
Yeah. Oh, the picnic basket. And then I'm gonna. Oh no! See, I was
He
being
hears
too
you.
loud.
Sneak.
Now I can run
Sneak
back.
off. Meanwhile,
how's your city doing over there? How's Los Angeles doing?
I'm building a very
Complex system.
complex road system here.
Are you gonna have your subway system designed by Massimo Vignelli?
Ooh, is that somebody famous?
That is. He made the original New York City subway
I
system
didn't know
maps.
that. Massimo Vignelli.
Oh, he's amazing. Best typographer.
Oh, it's those maps. I love those maps. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It kind of looks like that, doesn't it? It looks like a little bit like a Movinelli subway map.
Movinelli?
That's not his name. Massimo Movinelli's one name. It's like his last name.
I see. You're saying
I thought
no.
his first name was Mas.
No,
And
Massimo
Massimo.
Vignelli.
Okay, got it.
Vignelli. I like it.
Massimo. I know that name. It means more mass. Or most mass. I have the most mass.
I have the most mass of all the
Massimo.
Vignellis.
There's that. It's starting to get kind of busy here in the old.
Wow, I'm really getting
hectic.
stressed out by your game.
Getting a
over
little
there.
hectic. Getting a little hectic. What is this blue guy going to do? Is he going to have his own bridge? Nah. We'll just share bridges. See, that seems like something you don't want to do,
I agree.
right? That's like kind of like the curvy little loopy thing. And you can see, what light blue has to get there? Oh, crap. I got to get on this highway
Do you
here.
even have any light blue?
I've run out of road tiles.
Oh,
no. Let this week end. Thank you.
Oh, phew.
I got a motorway. I don't know what I do with a motorway.
On the motorway.
Motorway. I need a motorway, please. One motorway coming up.
We probably have to talk about news and things.
Okay. You can see
and
how this is going to be a problem.
Yes.
Now, I got to figure out how to save this because I did this already and I didn't save it apparently.
I'm trying to
Pause.
be a sneaky Sasquatch in this.
See, sneaky. Resume, restart, exit. Exit. Maybe exit saves it.
Exeunt.
Exeunt.
Pursued
So you
by
see the
Sasquatch.
people have played. I only got 46. Somebody has already put away 2,038 cars, which tells me, phony, you've been playing a little too much.
Also,
There's
you're
some guy
probably
named
an
Mikah.
Apple employee.
Mikah, Alex Penny, Testosterous Theta, and G Tanaka 1.
I'm sorry, could you say that one again?
Testosterous Theta?
That is a...
That's
you just
preposterous.
you just activated some agent by
I
saying
wonder,
that.
let's see what Beijing.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
So people have been playing this game. Tokyo. All right. Cotton Candy. I feel like I have a really lousy name.
Mine's just my name.
Yeah, Leo
that's-
Laporte. What kind of crap name is that? All right, so
I should
yes.
add you as a friend. Maybe
Enough.
we can
Enough. We have shown you many games, many choices. It is clearly, I think, a hit.
Get excited. You're invited.
If I have to come up with one negative, it is
That I was better than you at Hot Lava.
that you're way too good at Hot Lava. No, that I worry about games that aren't in arcade.
Exactly. That's something I hadn't even considered.
You're going to have to be 10 times the hit. You're going to have to drive 10 times the traffic in order to be successful. I mean, it's going to be tough because I know I'm not going to be incented to buy or even try
games that are
a
outside
game.
of it. Yeah, because the free-to-play games are annoying.
Right.
And the ones that cost, well, I've already got a subscription.
So I signed up, for instance, for Mario when it comes out. I'm sure you did too for the pre-release that comes out later this month. I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy it. You know, it's going to be, they're going to do the same thing they did with the previous runner where
it costs an arm and a leg.
You got 5 levels and then suddenly $20. No.
Look at all those games I have.
That's 4 months of arcade. So you get a month free, worth a try. I think it's great. I think you probably saw in all those games something that might interest you.
Absolutely.
I think they've covered many genres. I expect all genres to be pretty much well covered. Our show today brought to you by Gazelle. You now know that you really want a new iPhone. Mm-hmm. You now know that these are very expensive, but I've got an offer for you. Gazelle is the place, the trusted online marketplace to sell your used electronics. I bet you, like every geek, you got a drawer of crap. The infamous junk drawer, the electronic graveyard where you've thrown stuff. Did you know? Do a little imagination here. Close your eyes, open that drawer, and look inside. It's full of green cash. There is cash in that junk drawer, thanks to Gazelle. All you got to do is go to Gazelle.com. You can quickly get a competitive offer for many of the things in that drawer. It is the way to give new life to a used device. And for devices that can't be sold, recycle responsibly. I think this is a really great feeling. I don't like that junk drawer. I want to get rid of it. Gazelle accepts iPhone 5 through 10s Max, a number of different Galaxy phones. Just answer a few questions online about the condition, the carrier, and they'll give you a price quote. That offer is good for 30 days, so even now is the time to do it, even before you get your new iPhone. Because you'll have time to get the new iPhone, transfer the data off, and then ship it off. Gazelle, when they get your item, they're going to review it. If it's in better condition you thought, they will, and they don't have to do this, but they will, in fact, increase their offer. And I know they do because this happens to us all the time. Yeah. If they need to lower the offer because maybe it's not working or something you thought was okay isn't, they'll give you the new offer, but you then can decline it and have it returned. There's no risk. Shipping is always free. The payment is fast. You can get a check. You can get PayPal if you're in a hurry. You can also get an Amazon gift card, and they bump those with an extra bonus. So if you do buy stuff on Amazon, like if you're going to buy your new phone on Amazon, this would be a great way to get a little extra. You can either choose to receive a box and prepaid label shipped to your house. But if you're in a hurry, this is something new they do. They will email you a label you can put on your own box. So you could have it gone today. Mm-hmm. You could get cash tomorrow.
I need this out of here.
I had it now. And they have, if you're a business, we use this. They have a custom trade-in deal for 10 or more items. So come around this time, we collect all the old stuff. We ship it off to Gazelle. By the way, the best stuff Gazelle also sells. If you're looking to buy a certified pre-owned device, they've got a great selection of pre-owned devices at great prices. I'm telling you, I love Gazelle. Don't let those old devices collect dust. Recycle them responsibly. Pay it forward, and you get paid. Lock in the value of your phone right now. Plus, we're going to get you an extra $10 on your first trade-in of $50 or more. $10 for nothing. Well, one thing, go to gazelle.com/twit. Gazelle, gazelle.com/twit. Get started right now. This is the best thing, and it's this time of year, it's Gazelle time. It's Gazelle time.
What time is it?
Gazelle time. Actually, in the news, the reviews are in.
They are.
So the embargo is lifted, I guess, for The Verge. Dieter Bohn's got an iPhone 10. I'm sorry, iPhone 11. Nilay Patel, he got the 11 Pro Max. Mm-hmm. So I've seen reviews on The Verge. I think Tom's Hardware and Non-Tech. Those reviews are starting to come out.
Gadget.
Yep. The general thought
is that the cameras are incredible.
Incredible. Even beating the Pixel 3.
Yeah. The best, I can't remember which article it was, but there was a quote about basically, I think it was from TechCrunch, and basically said that it's not just the hardware, but it's the hardware and software combined that make the most amazing photos. Because Matthew Panzarino took the iPhone 11 with him to Disneyland, or both iPhones with him to Disneyland, and took a bunch of photos there.
Panzarino's great for this stuff.
And the night mode is pretty incredible, even when compared to what Google's phones do.
The Verge did, Nilay did some night shots too, and I was impressed. In most cases, Nilay picked the iPhone Pro triple lens camera over the Pixel 3. And what he's done here, as you can see, is he's given us a comparison of the 11 Pro, the 10S, but also the Pixel 3 and the Note 10. So you can really see the differences. On the left, the 11 Pro. On the right, the 10S. I think, look at the bricks. I think the bricks, they're a little out of focus on this one. They're giving you some depth of field. Mm-hmm. I think there's more detail, but the best, you're right, the best ones. Here's another example of I think, I don't know, I kind of like the one on the left, which is actually the 11 Pro. Some of these it's close. Nilay has his picks, but and does point out that one of the areas Apple has historically done poorly in is backlit photos. This is a 10S, and you can see that his model is completely unlit. This is the 11 Pro, so
wow.
big improvement there. Note 10, Pixel 3. It may be a little over brightened on the 11 Pro, but you can see a whole lot more detail. Look at her blouse. I mean, you can really see it.
Because I have to say, if there's one thing I noticed that the everyday person does, they always want to take photos that are backlit.
Yeah.
They get people. I'm always having to tell my mom,
let's turn around and face this way.
Don't stand in front of the glass window. We need to turn around and have the camera person in front of the glass window.
The other thing the reviewers point out is that Apple has a plan to put even more software updates out later this year that will make this even better.
Wow.
So I'm very impressed. Now, remember, the Pixel 3 they're comparing it to is a year old. And Google just announced its Pixel 4 event October 15th. So Google has had some time to improve on it. So it's fair to compare it to the Note 10. It is absolutely worth comparing it to last year's iPhone to see if there's an improvement. But I think we'll have to wait and see Google's response.
I'm curious.
Here's an example. This is a night shot. Pixel 3, I think, actually looks maybe a little bit more natural. That's the iPhone 11 Pro. But what you'll notice, and this really, to do this, you have to pixel people, get zoomed in, is that in order to get this shot, the Pixel 3 has given up a lot of detail on her face and on the background, so you can barely see the wood grain there. And the iPhone is really pulling it up. This is in a very low light photograph. Similarly, that's the Pixel 3. This is the iPhone 11 Pro. This may be a matter of taste.
Yeah, because I kind of like the one on the right.
I like the saturation of the colors on the Pixel 3. But there is, and I really love the reflections on the cars. Yeah. But there is perhaps more detail
in the brick and
the iPhone, the new iPhone 11.
So more to work with, to where you could edit it to look.
This one is very dramatic. This again, these are from Nilay Patel in The Verge, and I recommend you read the article. This is the Pixel 3, very much a night shot. And I think the iPhone wins this one. Yeah, in every respect. Look at the benches and the rock.
Oh,
the Pixel 3, and in fact. In order to, it's not merely better lit. It's actually, there's a lot more information in that shot. Look at the rock.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
So this was the real selling point on the Pixel 3 was this night sight, and I think that Apple may have. They're doing something very similar. So the minute you open the camera, it starts shooting, and it does one thing that the Pixel doesn't do. It shoots an overexposed shot to get more light in. And then uses that extra light information to get more detail. I think I like this is the Pixel 3. That's the iPhone. I think I like the iPhone better on this one.
Here's a good example. Pixel 3 on the right. This is in Matthew Panzarino's article or from TechCrunch. Pixel 3 on the right with less detail in the stones in a dark shot and more detail in the stones in this.
And again, you may prefer, in fact, I do the Pixel 3 if you don't zoom in.
Yeah, that.
I think that's a nicer looking aesthetic. And so if it's going on Instagram, maybe it doesn't. Maybe the Pixel 3 would be preferred. But clearly,
Hashtag no filter.
Apple is doing a lot to get these images right. So those reviews are in. I recommend you read them. It's if you haven't ordered your new iPhone yet, you won't be getting it for Friday, but we will.
Yes, we will.
And next episode, we will have our own reviews for you. But
our own
Renee Ritchie's review is also out on iMore. Renee will be on Mac Break Weekly in a little bit, and we'll get to ask him directly what he thinks. Is he using Georgia as a model? I asked Georgia. I said, Georgia, Renee has one, doesn't she? She says, he tells me nothing.
She lied.
But I am his model. Busted. What's that phone you're using? I don't know. It's just a phone. Just please stand there and act beautiful. So I still think we're going to have another event, don't you?
Oh yeah.
I'm praying so, because I'm waiting for a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and I hope it will come. You know, I'm leaving on vacation, taking a long vacation, October 21st. I'm hoping Apple's event. I know now that I will not get the Pixel 4 in time for the vacation, but I'm hoping Apple's event will be early October, so maybe I can get that laptop or new iPad Pros.
Yes,
in fact,
at the very least. Yeah.
This is Sonny Dixon, who is a famous leaker. He's very leaky. First physical leap of Apple's new iPad Pro. Now, it says mock-up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means.
I don't know what a mock-up is exactly.
But look at that.
Now, that looks bumpy.
That looks bogus.
That's what I thought.
That is a very, very big bump.
Now, again, this is a mock-up of the final design. So what it could be is those things that we've seen Johnny Ive talk about before, where they pull out like 12 different 3D printed
This is a physical thing. This is not a render.
Yes.
But it may not be a physical thing that's going to be made.
Right. It's sort of a...
Sonny says it comes from a very reliable source that has been reliable before. I think it would, and we did hear rumors that the cameras would be improved on the new iPads, and it would be wonderful if the cameras on the new iPads were equivalent to the cameras on the iPhone 11.
Yes, if we could have parity between the two.
Never before in the history of mankind. But I would be thrilling, because this is, first of all, the iPhone is unmatched for video. I mean, everybody agrees. Nobody comes close when it comes to shooting videos to the iPhone. And the new iPhone 11, every reviewer said, yep, the video, it's amazing. This is a great thing for shooting video, because you have this great viewfinder as you're shooting.
And think about using Filmic.
Yeah.
Speaking of Filmic, turns out that the multiple camera deal, it's not just for the iPhone 11.
What?
The iPhone XS and iPhone XR will be able to use multiple camera simultaneous recording, because it's an iOS 13 feature. I think it's Camera Kit has a new feature where support for multicam recording is possible. Now, there is a limit, because it does take up a lot of use. So you're not necessarily going to be able to use all of the different types of cameras all at once, but there are those options to, in some cases, have that multi-camera recording, and just the configurations aren't going to be as great as they are on the 11.
And this underscores something I think that is important to understand. The processor in the new iPhones, the A13 Bionic, is way faster than it needs to be. Just like the processor in these iPad Pros, way faster than anything is demanding of it.
Right.
And what that means is you've got headroom. It means in a year or two, you may get, just as you're getting now, features from the next generation phones or cameras.
Yeah.
Because that processor power is there. So what this tells us is the 10R had it.
Yep.
It was capable. They just didn't turn it on.
Yeah.
Hey, here's something everybody knows. If you're using a compass, don't put a magnet next to it. There's a tip here from Apple on the Apple Watch page. If you want to use the compass that comes with the new Apple Watch Series 5, do not buy a magnetic band. Band contains magnets and may cause interference with compass on Apple Watch. That's what that says.
Your Apple Watch will go, oh, this is the Earth pulling on me.
Yeah.
And no, it's not, hun.
This is why it's dopey to have a compass. So it's interesting. The compass is magnetic.
Yeah.
Like a regular compass.
It's got a magnetometer. Is that how that's pronounced?
That's interesting. A magnetic compass.
Yeah.
All right. Just you, because okay. I didn't notice that. This one doesn't have a magnet.
No magnets on mine either.
But my new watch, my ridiculously overpriced titanium.
Does that have magnets?
I got the Apple Link. That has magnets, right?
I think it's just clicky.
I hope it's just clicky.
Otherwise, you won't be able to use your compass.
Like I need a compass. Come on. Give me a break.
Compass mine.
I know where I am at all times. Speaking of that, the U1 chip, which Apple didn't mention at all, but it was on the slide. This is going to be...
Everyone, just go read this article from Jason Snell and scream like I did at how exciting the future could be.
Well, for instance, if you're doing an airdrop, this is the first feature that we know will be in iOS 13. And there are a bunch of people in the room with you. You pointed at the one you want to send it to. And because of the U1 chip, which knows where it is in space, that person will go to the top of the list.
Yeah, so get this. Jason Snell did a very clever thing. He knew there was going to be an ultra-wideband chip inside of the new iPhones. And so he talked to the PR people for another company that's making ultra-wideband chips. And it's not the one that's in Apple's phones, but by talking to them,
Apple makes
of course,
its own.
Yes, he got to have sort of a look at what UWB could be. And one of the things that I find fascinating is that devices can detect locations within 10 centimeters, so that's about 4 inches. But if they throw a little machine learning and all that kind of magic into it, it can get down to as much as 5 millimeter precision. That's so much more precise than Bluetooth. That is so much more precise than what Wi-Fi can do. And if you start to think about the implications in terms of home automation, in terms of finding lost items, and in terms of just all sorts of automations.
Well, imagine you have 2 HomePods, and you could aim at one or aim at the other, send a song to one. I mean, there's
going
a lot
from room to room, the music follows you.
Oh, that's what I want. When Bill Gates built his house 20 years ago, the whole thing everybody was crazy about is when you come to visit the Gates mansion, they give you a little thing, I guess a wristband, that the rooms know when you're in the room, and they put different art on the wall depending on what you like. Now everybody can do it.
Now everybody can do that. Hotels could start to do that too. It's more secure than using Bluetooth LE for your smart locks on your doors.
Anything is more secure than Bluetooth.
This is true. There's so many.
This is interesting.
Definitely
We'll
go
see.
read this article.
Here's my
got
problem.
More detail to it.
The only problem with this is there's, of course, all this potential, just as there was with NFC. But for years, Apple put NFC in their phones but wouldn't let anybody use it. So it really is going to come down to Apple making those features available to developers so that apps can use it. And Apple themselves probably only use a handful of those initially. So you may have all these, you will have all these capabilities. You may not get access to all those capabilities.
There's rumored to be new Apple TV hardware in the works, and I wouldn't be surprised if they include a UWB chip in the Apple TV because of the fact that it serves as a home hub for HomeKit.
Do we know if any of the existing Apple devices have UWB? This is new, right?
This is new.
Okay.
It's my
because they do have
understanding
beaconing capabilities.
Right.
So there is, but that's BLE. That's
with
LE.
BLE.
Okay. So this is going to be a whole new world for Apple.
A dazzling place.
A wonderful place. A place where you can shoot 3D selfies on Snapchat.
I just thought this was interesting because it's an iPhone-specific feature. If you've got an iPhone 10 or newer device that has the true depth camera sensor,
that's creepy.
And I'll show you mine, Leo.
Oh, you did one already?
Yeah, I did one.
So this will work even as you said, with the 10 as well as the new devices, the 11 and the 10s. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird.
Ew.
That's a weird.
So that's one filter.
So it's like one of those. Magazine lenticular. They call it lenticular 3D, where like Jesus follows you around.
Yes, Jesus's eyes are watching you now.
But this isn't lenticular. This is really just giving you and you're moving the phone to do that.
Well, yeah. So this is a recording of me using it.
Do you use Snapchat?
No, hell no. Heavens no.
Heck no. Really?
Yeah.
Even you are too old for Snapchat.
I'm too old for Snapchat. Well, I think
you have to be like 12.
No. I think it's the opposite.
You're too young for Snapchat.
No. I should be on Snapchat.
You should be,
but I'm not. I don't use it. But people my age specifically in this little
Henry,
pocket.
who is 25, uses Snapchat, or at least used to use Snapchat all the time.
Yeah, it's in this little pocket. Snapchat's a thing. I just never was into it.
I think your friends have to be into it, right?
My youngest siblings are into Instagram stories as their spot.
That's taken over.
Yeah.
That's taken over from the Snap. All right, that's the news. Boy, it's a jam-packed news week.
iPhones, And 3D selfies that I couldn't show you. Sorry. You're just going to have to try it out for yourself.
But we will be talking about those iPhones next week because we will have had them.
And I'll be
weekend.
talking about my Apple Watch. Somebody else is waiting on their Link bracelet that may or may not be magnetic.
Hey, I am excited, though.
Yeah?
I am excited to use the video capabilities, and especially that we'll play with that camera thing.
Multicam.
If it's available, we will play with it. One thing you should note, and I think Nilay Patel noted it in his review, iOS 13, at least as it came with his phone, and remember he got a 1 week early pre-production model, is buggy. I haven't had too much trouble with 13.1. I feel like it's pretty good. Although, Arcade did crash out the first time. I couldn't get anything to work, and I rebooted and it worked again. So there may be still some glitches, but these are all still beta. The final version of iOS 13 comes out on Thursday, and then iOS 13.1, which is the iOS you really want, is in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And one of the things Nilay said, which surprised me, is maybe you want to wait till 13.1 comes out before you get a new iPhone. What? Come on, Nilay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are we not early adopters? Ugh.
I am in love with Plex, our sponsor. Are you a Plex person?
We
got to get you set up if you're not.
I've got a Plex. I've got a lifetime account.
Me too.
Plex.
You are a Plexer.
I'm a Plexer.
Plex is the ultimate media tool for you. I run a Plex server at home on my Synology NAS. Then you have Plex on your apps everywhere. It brings all the media that matters to you together into one app, available on any device, no matter where you are. You can organize and stream your personal collection of movies, TV shows, music, photos, free. And the new Plex, which is great, has added content from the web, including, I noticed some recommended podcasts, including maybe some of ours. Here's some twit bits in there. This is really exciting. So you're going to be able to watch your own movies, but you're also going to get additional content. Plex is quickly becoming the best way to watch content. And you can put it on your Apple TV, your Roku, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever you've got. Upgrade to Plex Pass for less than $5 a month. You'll get the best of Plex with early access, exclusive access to premium features like, I love this, offline. I'm going to be getting on a plane, right? I like to download movies, shows, music, and photos to my device, and now I can enjoy it even if I'm offline. You can watch also live broadcast TV, even DVR with the Plex Pass, but of course you'll need an antenna and tuner. Lots of people have those. Plex is great for that. Customized news feeds. You see, I have my headlines, so I can see what's going on in the world around me, and I can customize that. 190 sources with more coming all the time for national, international, and local news. 80% of U.S. markets have local news supported, streaming to supported Plex players. That's pretty. Orangutans in Indonesia. Oh, what Toyotas. I mean, there's a ton of stuff here. There's this guy named Leo Laporte. You can watch a twit bit. I love that. I love that. You'll get a cinema-like experience. I think it's the best lean-back experience of any software out there. When you're watching your movie collection. You get, by the way, they add trailers, behind-the-scenes features. With Plex Home, you can switch users easily. So Lisa has her Plex set up. I have my Plex set up. They even have parental controls, so the kids can have one, and you can watch
Henry
with
and Missy
safety.
don't get to watch all the stuff I watch.
No. And what I love is you set up your Plex server, you drag content in there, it automatically categorizes, it knows, this is season 2, episode 4, puts them all in order. You spend less time messing with your collection, more time watching your favorite shows.
All that metadata. Oh, love it.
Cut the cable cord and save big. Plex is offering Twit listeners a 30-day free trial of Plex Pass. Gives you access to all their premium features. Go to plex.tv/twit. Enter the code TWIT to start your free trial of Plex Pass today. As I said, $5 a month. Although, I know both you and I have ended up buying the lifetime. Because it's like, I know I'm going to want this forever.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well.
You keep building your library.
What's cool, too, as long as I've been a member, Plex gets better and better and better and better. This new Plex UI they just put out is fantastic. They just get better all the time. Plex, you're going to love it. Plex.tv/twit. And don't forget the offer code for your free trial. It is TWIT. Yay, Plex. I've been trying to get these guys to advertise because frankly, don't tell them, but they've been getting free advertising on my shows for years.
It's about time.
I've been telling everybody, you got to get Plex.
You need it.
All right. Questions?
Questions.
Let's hear them.
We've got a video. Zeke from
yay.
Palm Bay, Florida.
Zeke from Palm Bay, Florida. I'm a huge fan of the network and you guys, the new dynamic on this show in particular. You guys are doing awesome. Shout out to Mikah Sargent.
Yep.
I just watched the new Apple event content, and I was wondering, I was kind of hoping they were going to announce a new Apple TV, and I was wondering if you guys think that's still to come in this potential October event. Just curious what you guys' thoughts are. Let me know.
Great question, Zeke.
Yeah.
Of course, no one knows because Apple doesn't say.
Right. Apple does. You can't go up to them and say, hey.
When's the new TV? I'm going to say my thing, but you're going to say something different. So I'm going to say my thing.
Ooh,
I see no reason for Apple to update its Apple TV.
Okay.
It's 4K, it's Dolby Vision, it's HDR, it's beautiful, it does a great job. It's fast enough, it's smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like it. So I see no technical imperative.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they would update it. I will say that. But I'm hopeful, as I said, for them to add that U1 chip to the Apple TV.
That would be interesting.
And if they did that, then of course I'm going to have to get one because HomeKit. But I don't see what else they can do because, like you said, it's got all of the features that are necessary to be a modern
There's no big
set-top
missing
box.
thing. I mean, I guess you could put faster processor in it. Maybe for Apple Arcade you would like to do that.
What if they
by the
come
way,
out
I
with a
can't wait. I
controller?
sat in front of my TV with my SteelSeries just waiting for Apple Arcade, but I don't have the latest iOS or tvOS, so nothing happened.
You don't have a USB-C cable? What's the deal?
Oh, I could just connect.
Yeah.
I could AirPlay probably, but I want to. I want it on my
laggy.
TV. It will be so much fun to play some of those games on there. So maybe that's a reason. Maybe more storage, especially because you have to download those
That's
games.
what I was thinking
and they're
about,
big.
is the storage space.
I was for years recommending, just get the 32 gig. You don't. What are you going to do? Save movies? But now 64 even doesn't seem quite enough. So maybe
They did a lot of fancy streaming stuff with games that were on tvOS, and
maybe they'll do that.
I kind of wish that they would continue to do that.
They might do that.
Because I think that, like you said, you buy the least expensive one because it's too pricey to get there's no reason to.
There's no reason to get extra 32 gigs. So, but we have heard rumors, right?
There's been rumors
this
of new
conflict.
hardware.
Yeah.
So we might see one. I think, we both think no matter what, we're going to see an October event.
Yes. Mac Pro, MacBook Pro,
All the Pro
iPad Pros, all the pros.
So what? TV Pro?
Oh.
Apple TV Pro? Who's
What
that
would that
for?
be?
What does that mean?
I mean, there are features they could put in. They could put a tuner in, and so you could have a DVR.
Ooh, a DVR.
Apple's always had dreams of becoming a set-top box. It can't really until it has a tuner in it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think about it like a DVR.
If they could get cable companies to go along for the ride, I think that's backward looking. Honestly, I think
Yeah,
almost
that's
everybody's
true.
going to streaming.
That's true.
So I don't see an imperative for that. But
Wi-Fi
Apple may
6.
well do it next month because remember they're launching TV Plus.
There's at least a reason for it. Yeah.
And we didn't. I mean, TV Plus is free if you buy something.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be an opportunity. I have to admit I'm not excited about any of the shows that they've got on that. And they're only a handful. That's one of the reasons. It's $5 a month, but as Apple announced at the event. But if you buy a Mac or an iPhone or an iPad or even an Apple TV, you'll get it free for a year. So I could, maybe they'll do it for that.
They could.
Maybe they'll do it for that.
We'll see. So Zeke, the answer is
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. And I like it that Zeke put his video on OneDrive.
Yeah.
Nice going. You
Yeah.
can put your
Was
video
that-
anywhere, record it, put it anywhere. You can even email it to us.
Were
but
you
it seems-
trolling us?
Yeah. It seems sensible to just record it, put it up on the internet, on your Dropbox or your iCloud or your OneDrive and send us a link. Kurt from somewhere in Indiana. When you get a new device, I'm so glad he asked this because I've been thinking about it. Is the idea of a clean install of iOS and then your app's helpful in any way or just snake oil? I feel like every year when I get a new phone on the upgrade plan, I debate with my buddies if this is a worthy endeavor, but I always give in and just restore from backup. I've got 100 plus apps in my folders, and you know what? This is funny. I've been debating this with my buddy Mikah Sargent here. What are you going to do?
I don't know, because here's the thing. I just reset my phone not too terribly long ago.
But you restored.
No, that's
you clean installed.
I clean installed, and I don't remember why there was. Oh, it had to do with when I was on the beta and shortcuts wasn't working, and the only way that I could get it fixed was if I did a clean install, because
without the beta,
because when I restored it, it would download the wrong shortcuts app. It was a whole thing. It was a nightmare, and so I did a clean install.
Did it run faster?
And no, and I was mad the whole time.
Yeah. I think Apple, and this is going to be even more true with iOS 13, is very good about making sure that apps don't degrade your performance by running in the background unnecessarily. They're actually now going to tell you when apps are doing stuff in the background. In fact, I think the biggest feature of iOS 13, and you're going to love it when you get it. Initially, it'll be like, why is it telling me this? But Apple is being much more aggressive. When you run the Facebook app on iOS 13, it tells you all sorts of stuff that app's doing in the background. And it's great. And you could say no. So I think Apple, so the argument for a clean install would be, well, you're not going to reinstall all your apps. You 100 plus. You got 100 apps? I got like 300 apps.
Right. So
and the idea is just slowly reinstall everything that you know you want.
Yeah.
And
it helps you filter out the ones that you didn't end up using.
But I think it's pretty clear, because Apple does such a good job, that those apps aren't eating up bandwidth. And in fact, if you leave the feature on that offloads apps you don't use, they won't even occupy storage. It's so much easier to restore.
Yes. Especially when you think about, you're going to start eating up a bunch of data to re-download all of your messages, your photos, all these different kinds of things that a complete fresh install will do versus the restore process. And I understand a fresh install situation on a computer. On a PC.
And I recommend it in many cases.
That's a whole different kind of process, but these devices,
I think they're designed to
be restored. Yeah.
The other strong argument is, if you've done any organization at all, there's really no easy way to do a clean install and restore your organization.
Yeah.
You got to start that whole
that's a nightmare.
The jiggle is not a good feeling. No. It's a pain in the butt to do the dragging around and all of that. And I have my phone set up in a way I really like. I have individual apps only on the first page, and then a second page is all folders.
That's how mine is set up.
And that way I don't have 100 pages to go through. I can quickly find what I want because it's in the categorized. That's going to be a big deal to get back to that state.
Yeah.
However, having said that, I'm doing a clean install.
What?
I already decided.
Is it because you want to try to cut down on apps?
Yeah. And I just want to see... one of the reasons is because we're going to be taking this iPhone to the Consumer Electronics Show in January, and I need every ounce of storage because I'm going to be shooting 30 videos a day. So that will be one reason. I got the 256 gig, but I could see filling that up pretty quickly.
You didn't get 512?
Oh, is 512 the top?
512 is the top.
I got 512.
Yeah.
Well, that's an awful lot of storage.
And with Filmic, you can offload those videos to a server.
Yeah, because that's going to be one of the issues. It's going to be Ant and me wandering around CES, filming. We're going to use Filmic, I think, so we can do that 2-camera thing or 3-camera thing. I want a close-up. I want a wide. I want me. And it's going to be great. And I have a selfie stick. And I was thinking about using one of those gimbal things, but I think they give you a weird feeling. It's a little too smooth.
Oh,
I'm going to use a selfie stick, so it's a little more real.
Interesting.
But anyway, the issue is going to be, here we are in this bandwidth-constrained environment where 180,000 geeks all trying to use same cell site. So it's going to be really a challenge to get it back up to the studio for the editors in time to get it out to you in a reasonable fashion. So that's going to be the kind of thing that we're going to be dealing with. I think a clean install, I think it's time. I haven't done a clean install in years. You just did one.
Yeah.
I haven't done a clean install in years. I always restore. So
it's time.
You do a restore, I'll do a clean install. We'll see who wins.
Yeah, who wins?
You'll be up and running a hell of a lot faster than I will.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, to Apple's credit, even if you don't do a clean, even if you do a restore, you still re-download apps, right?
Yeah.
So those are fresh. I think there's not a whole lot of argument for doing a clean install.
I understand where the mindset comes from, but it sort of exists in the same place as the mindset of thinking that force quitting apps is a helpful thing.
I think the other reason I'm doing the clean install is more an occupational hazard. I want to go through the full setup of iOS 13 and everything. I don't want to take any settings for granted.
Yeah.
I want to re-enter my passwords. I want to go through the whole process.
He wants to feel every bit, every bite.
I want to get it all, man.
He wants to rub his cheek up against all the grits of iOS 13.
It's a great question. It's funny because I've been debating this. I figured you had probably some thoughts on it. So
yeah, I love that question because
yeah.
I used to always do a clean install every single time. And then I stopped hating myself and started loving myself.
It's a self-love thing.
Yeah. And so now I feel more whole and complete, and that means restoring my iOS.
You know, I've noticed that about you.
Do you feel like I have more self-love?
Yeah, more self-love.
It's really Lizzo. She's really...
She's done it for all of us.
Yeah, for all, exactly.
She put the sing back in single.
She did.
You know, she just took a DNA test, and she
is
never mind.
Something.
Why don't you get Susie's question in here?
Stay tuned.
Thank you, Kurt. I love Lizzo.
All right,
Yes.
let's see. Susie from Phoenix, Arizona asks, I was wondering if there's a way to add all of my Apple hardware on the new Find My app. I have different logins for my hardware for security reasons. In case one gets lost or stolen, it won't affect all of my hardware.
Good.
My iMac and MacBook Pro are on a login together. My iPad is on a different login, and also my iPhone has its own separate login.
Oh. So when she says separate login, she doesn't mean a separate login password. She means she's got a different iCloud account.
Yes.
Oh, that's nuts.
This is, yeah, so you say it's for security reasons, but what I'm telling you is there's genuinely no, if you have a passcode on your phone, this is not helping you, this is only hurting you.
It's making it much more complicated, and as you realized, Find My will not work.
Right. It requires that iCloud login.
You also lose the, well, I guess you could use the family login to
family share
add
yourself.
all of those people. So maybe that's a way of solving it. If you have a single account with two-factor, by the way, turn on two-factor. In fact, that's something you really can't do with this because in order for two-factor to work, you have to have other Apple devices on the same account so that it can send the code to the already logged in account. I'm trying to think if there's any advantage to that. It's true that if one iCloud account is breached, the other devices are not breached.
But that's a very specific situation where the only everyday way that's going to get breached is if you just left your phone unlocked or something. I don't know.
She will be able to use Find My because Find My you can have family. Right?
Can you do Find My Family? I thought that was just for Find My
People. Just for actual people?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. So if you can find things on a family account.
Oh, so you could just share I don't think the Macs would work, but I think that you could.
You don't need Find My for a Mac. It's not moving around a lot.
With the iPad, you could save that.
Yeah, I have
share Find My between the two people.
So I have family members. I won't show his email. He's got his own iCloud account, but he is showing up in Find My.
You could, with your iPad, say, okay, my name's Boo Boo on here, and so I want to share my location with my iPhone where I'm actually Susie. So Susie can see Boo Boo on Find My, but you're just using it as if it's a person instead of a device itself. But
I could see that my son is at IHOP right now.
Oh.
No, that's right next door.
Oh, I didn't know there was an IHOP next door.
There's an IHOP next door. And by the way, soon there's going to be the nicest Burger King you ever saw. They've been remodeling it for a year.
So it better be the nicest.
Right next door. So Find My will work because as long as and I presume you're doing this because you want to share music and apps and books and whatever else you buy. All of those different accounts are in a family. So the advantage would be that if you store stuff in iCloud and one of those accounts is broken into it, they don't get everything.
Yeah.
That's true. The disadvantage is there is some loss of convenience, but not a huge loss of convenience. Find My will continue to work. I don't know. I never really even considered this as a security measure.
Yeah.
I think because of the way Apple does it, it's doable. The only issue I would say is that it makes it hard to use two-factor.
Absolutely.
And two-factor is so important. Everybody should be using multi-factor authentication. The way Apple does it is actually the best way to do it is not to send a text message to your phone, but actually to push a notification to another device. Now, that device does have to be on the same account. So maybe you'd want at least two devices
oh my God.
on every account.
That's so complex.
So that's the question for you, Susie. Are you not using two-factor because of that?
Agent?
No, but I think if your choice was, is it more secure to have multiple accounts or more secure to have two-factor? Two-factor.
Two-factor, yeah.
Two-factor, by far. So if that's what you've given up to get these multiple accounts, stop. If you still have two-factor authentication turned on all of those accounts, I see no reason not to use it.
Yeah, but just know that you're going to have to use your two Macs are going to have to be your main account because there's no way to use those as the Find My devices for a person. So
and you want that, right? Because you lost the phone. The first place you go is your Mac. Your Mac. Woo. It seems a little complicated.
Yes, it does. We're both confused by it.
Well, I guess I understand the theory.
But it is a theory.
It's a theory. Hey, let's take a break, and then we're going to put funny hats on because it's App Cap time on iOS today. Leo Laporte and Mikah Sargent. Our show today brought to you by Zapier.
Woo!
Have you started playing with the Zap?
I made a Zap yesterday. It was the
it.
greatest Zap, and it made me say hooray.
Wow, you got the flow.
Thank you.
It's kind of a 1950s flow.
It was a little, old school flow.
He's the old OG flow master.
I'll tell you about that Zap after Leo tells you a little bit more about
I would
Zapier.
like to see your Zap. So here's the idea. If you ever do anything more than once, you should automate it. That's what computers were made to do. Problem is, you got to put on your computer programmer hat or go to a developer to do it. No, you can use Zapier, Z-A-P-I-E-R. It will connect over 1,500 apps. See all these icons we're showing on the screen? Pinterest and WordPress, Instagram and Twitter, but also Salesforce. All the things that you use in your business, it will connect. So you can, for instance, set up a workflow that works with Salesforce to engage leads instantly, automatically import new customers, notify your team about opportunities. Yes, it works with email. It works with Slack. It is the most powerful thing. And one of the things that makes Zapier so great, it's more customizable than anything else I've ever tried. You can have multi-step zaps. So I have a multi-step zap. I've mentioned it before. When I'm using my newsreader, InnoReader, and I favorite a news article, boom, Zapier leaps into action, tweets it out to a special links for Twit account, and then puts it on my Pinterest. Actually, I should put it on my Pinterest. I don't have one. But if I did, I put it on my Pinterest. I put it on my Pinboard, which is my bookmarking app. And then, boom, it also adds a line to a custom Google spreadsheet we have that Carson and I share so he knows what stories I'm highlighting during the week so we know what stories to talk about on Twit. It's a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver. Zapier's fantastic. I have the starter, which is enough for me. But they have, if you're a business, you might want to look at a higher level. And there's a free tier too, but I think you're going to really, really love it. You can try it for free right now at Zapier, Zapier.com/iOS. You don't have to be a programmer. You don't have to be even an expert. You can do exactly what you need. And the thing is, it will save you time. On average, there's 4.5 million people using Zapier. On average, they save 40 hours a month. That's a full work week every month.
Yeah, that's wild.
Mind-boggling.
Absolutely mind-boggling.
Zapier.com/iOS. Zapier.com/iOS. You got to try it. 14-day free trial. And I know you're going to want to use it. I do. I love it.
I got to talk about my Zap.
Oh, let me see your Zap.
Well, I'm not going to show it to you. It's mine.
What does it do?
No, but so for Tech News Weekly, Jason and I use a prompter for some of the stuff that we do. Yep. And the way that it works right now is we go into the Google Doc and we take this text and then we go and make a text file and then we take that text file and we drop it into Dropbox and then it shows up for the prompter. I set up a Zapier so that anytime a Google Doc is added to a certain folder, it automatically gets turned into a text file, and then it gets dropped into Dropbox in the right folder in Dropbox.
It's amazing.
And shows up as a prompter file.
That is incredible. Zapier.
Zapier.
Go to Zapier.com/iOS. I'm telling you, I've used it for years. I can't live without it. You won't either. You will love it. Zapier. This hat is only a two-step zap. I only go this way or that way. We wear lovely headwear, chapeaus, because it's time for our app caps, the best apps of the week, the apps we've used like crazy. Go ahead, Mikah Sargent.
All right, I'm going to kick things off with...
Are you a Are you a Nintendo character?
I believe so.
I thought you might be.
Is that a banana?
I don't know what it is. Which one is he, Kevin King? He doesn't know either. Is he Bowser? I think he's a Bowser.
I thought it was Kid Bowser.
Yeah, he might be a Bowser.
Anyway, so I might be a Bowser. You might be a Bowser if
you wear a weird hat.
So the app that I'm talking about is called Glow.
Glow. It's glowy.
Is a yoga app.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is a yoga app. It's a yoga app, a meditation app, and...
Are you sure it's not a Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling app?
It is not Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Oh.
There's no W at the end. It is GLO.
Oh, Glow without the W. That is a yoga app.
So, for example, there's a one that I was doing this morning called Mindfully Open Your Shoulders and Back Body.
Were you doing this morning?
Before work.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know you...
So
I do like yoga.
We're going to be working a little bit with our backs and our shoulders. And we're
so you can see that they
standing.
have different yoga teachers.
A little bit.
And depending on the level that you are, you'll get
pay
beginner
attention
classes
to your
like
toes,
this.
Spread the toes out.
Where she's
so they're
actually
assuming you don't know a
explaining.
whole lot about how to do
Exactly.
this.
So she's not like, let's start with the vinyasa flow and do upward cow and downward Bowser.
We're going to start by doing a little side bending.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love the old
Listening to a
side
little
bending.
music. Got my side bending going. Opening up my back.
So is this the trick to during a perfect floss?
Yes, this is how I start my floss. But like I said, they also have meditation in here as well.
Nice.
And so these are some audio meditations that are, like 10 minutes. A tour.
So are you a longtime yoga practitioner?
I'm not a long-time yoga practitioner. I started to get into it right before I left for California.
Oh, so it's fairly new.
Yeah, and I've been having some anxieties and stress lately, and so I've really been trying to get back into it.
Does it have anything to do with me?
What? I don't know. No, and so it's just a new place, new city, all that kind
Of course,
stuff.
it's stressful. Yeah.
And so
New
this
city,
has been,
new job.
Exactly, this has been helpful. But also, what I like along with this is that there's a. Let me see where I can find that.
I think somebody with a willowy frame like yours is probably really good at yoga.
I'd like to think I am.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because they're not watching you while you're doing
actually
it.
glad that instructor was a little bit more my body type, a little heavier, because I feel like maybe I could do that.
I want to note that actually. They don't just have willowy yoga instructors in this app.
That's off-putting because I feel like, well, in fact, I do this when I go to yoga class. They all look like they've been doing yoga for 100 years. And I feel like, no, I'm an old fat man. I can't do that position. So it's good if they show people. Do they have any old fat men?
They may. I have not come across any. There's some of the
they
instructors.
all look pretty dang gorgeous.
That's just some of the instructors. But so you can add.
Well, there's Jason Howell. I didn't know he was one of those.
You can actually download these so that they're available offline, which I like. But you can see here that we've got the different styles of yoga or meditation that I want to try, where I am. I'm open to try new things every now and then where I am in terms of level, which is beginner. And then I just want to do medium trainings. Now, what I was going to touch on was, and for some reason it's not showing up right now, but you can add. See, this is my current program that I'm not this precisely, but it shows, your program has these different techniques that are in it as you kind of try new things. But you can set up a Siri feature.
That's my pose right there on the left.
Distress your shoulder. This is actually a really, really, really good one.
It basically looks like sleeping.
For your shoulders and your neck.
Is that a good one?
Yes, it's a very, very good one. Here we go. The add to Siri button so that I could say, hey, boo-boo, that's the one I want to do in the morning.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So you can just ask Siri to lead you through a yoga.
And I can leave a namaste if I really like this class.
Is that all it costs?
No. It is free, I believe, for the first week. It might be first month. And then just like any yoga class, I think it's actually less expensive than if you were to take a yoga class.
Yoga's expensive. It's like
$23 a month.
Oh, yeah. It's much. That's one class a month.
Yeah.
A little more than a class a month. So that's not bad at all.
Yeah. And I get to do this every day and try all of the different ones.
The trick on this is do it. Otherwise,
Exactly.
You're wasting $23 a month.
Precisely.
But if you did this every day and you get in the habit in a month, just do it for a month.
Yeah.
And if you got in the habit, then you would not stop.
And I just really like the app. And like I said, I like the diversity of instructors, including body types. They seem to be, they're doing a good job, Yoga Glow is. So,
now that you are in the Bay Area, I think you need to become a 49ers fan.
Why?
It's okay. They're not really in the Bay Area anymore either. Football is here. Did you notice that?
Oh, he's going to do a football.
Are you
app.
ready for some football? So I foolishly, about 3 months ago, when Google raised the cost of YouTube TV to $50 a month, canceled it.
Like a fool.
Yes, because when football season started last week, my wife's fired up YouTube TV to watch her game at her desk and was dismayed to learn
Uh-oh.
it didn't work. So I found something that is probably illegal, is already being sued. So my suggestion is download it now.
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late. It's called Locast. You show it, and I'll talk about it. It has local TV signals. This is the thing. It really feels like it should be illegal. These are local TV signals. In your case, because we're located in the Bay Area, from Channel 9, which is our San Francisco PBS station, and there you go.
I used to be able to do.
It's good quality. And you can watch football because you get the locals.
High quality. Wow.
You can watch it on your Apple TV.
And I can do picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
Okay. This
See, there's
is
the
nice.
guide, and there's a lot more than just the 2, 4, 7, 10, 12. There's a lot of other things that I'm not sure how they got there.
Oh, that's a commercial.
Yeah, but of course you're going to get commercials because you're
'Cause it's
watching it
real
as if
TV.
this is like a little antenna.
I want to know.
Who's going to stop the Earth? So what I love is it looks great on the Apple TV. Now, there is a negative.
Okay.
Periodically, you'll get an ad from Locast saying, please give us money.
Oh. But you don't have to?
You don't have to. It's absolutely free. You do have to watch the same kind of goofy... It's actually worse than this. You have to watch the same goofy thing. So you see right at the top, we need your support. Help us free your TV.
Oh. So it's like
I understand there was a lawsuit brought by the networks against this, but it has not yet gone to court. They're a nonprofit, even though they take investment from AT&T.
Because what's the difference between this and just streaming it yourself?
Here's the Locast response to the lawsuit. They say this is a public service retransmitting free over-the-air broadcasts.
Yeah.
The Copyright Act permits it. No broadcasters have previously filed suit for more than a year and a half, suggests they recognize this, but now there is a lawsuit, and the counsel to Locast, David Hosp
This
from
means I
Orrick,
don't have to
Harrington, and
buy
Sutcliffe,
one of those.
says we're gonna pursue this. So yes, now, yes, you don't.
don't
It's
have to buy an
local
antenna.
stations.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy nothing.
It's just me being able to do a thing that I could do if I had an antenna, right?
Right
So then let me just do this.
now, Steve, let me ask you, because Steve's watching Dr. Oz right now. You pay for this. You give him a few bucks a month. You don't have to give him a lot of money. It's just a donation. You pay for this. Do you no longer see the kind of pledge break style help us
Yeah, that's a
do
good
this
question.
ads? Does that go away? Because if that does, yeah, he says there's no ads. So that would be a good reason to give him $5 a month, but you don't have to. And it's great for watching football games if your dopey husband accidentally canceled YouTube TV.
I still see the ads.
Oh, he still sees the ads. All right. He contributes $5 a month. This will save your keister if your cable went out, or, and this is happening in certain jurisdictions, your local cable company is in a fight with ABC, and suddenly you
Right,
lose your
yeah.
ESPN, or, well, you won't get ESPN, but you'll get ABC. So you'll get the stations, the locals from the geographic region closest to you.
The video game show. I mean, the game show network.
Yeah, and it's got other stuff, too. Like, there's the late Betty White. Is she still alive?
Yes. She's
There's
still
the
alive.
living Betty White
my God.
making out with Burt
Leo,
Reynolds.
I need you to
Wait a minute.
understand,
He's squeezed.
You will become the enemy of every millennial if you just
I
kill
know.
Betty
She's
White.
the greatest ever. And that's George Goebel. And who's the handsome man?
Very tan.
That must be George Hamilton. Somebody with a tan like that's got to be George Hamilton.
That's what I always say.
Yeah. So
I just want to play the game.
I don't think it's the young and the restless.
No. This is Password.
Okay, I think it might be the old and the restless. All right. Password with Alan Ludden. That wasn't George Gobel. That's Alan Ludden. Boy, they're all really tan. This is back in the days of Hollywood when everybody had a tan because you thought that's okay.
Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. So, Locast, that is my
kind of your pick of the week.
My little way of saying if you don't have an antenna and you don't have another way of getting it, Locast. And by the way, yes, it works fine with Plex. So, you're set. You're set. I get it before they take it off the store. iPhone, iPad, Apple TV.
Free.
And it's free. It's from the Sports Fan Coalition of New York Incorporated.
Ah, so they did it for the sports.
I sure did. Locast.
Thank you for that football there.
I feel like somebody stole my pom-pom.
Yeah, that's looking like a problem there.
It's like there was something on here, and
a cat
miscreant came in and just ripped it off.
Like the monster that they were.
Monsters. Savages.
I know who it was.
Who?
It was
Aunt Pruitt.
No,
he doesn't know his own strength. He was probably just putting the hat on.
Yeah, I was going to say it was the companies that are in arguments with Locast.
Oh yeah,
they came in here and said, "I know Leo loves this."
The major networks ripped my pom-pom off. That's a euphemism.
Fools.
Thank you for being here. This was really fun. We're going to go home and play arcade now for the next 5 hours.
Out of here.
This is so much fun.
Freshly charged controller.
We do iOS Today, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern on Tuesdays. That's 1600 UTC. If you want to watch or listen live, you can do it at twit.tv/live, or just ask your Amazon Echo, play Twit Live, and it will play it. You can listen live. If you're doing that, do go into the chat room, irc.twit.tv. You can chat along with the other folks in there. There's some great people in there. If you don't have the opportunity to watch live, I do hope you'll subscribe so that you get every episode automatically delivered to you end of Tuesday. Just go to twit.tv/iOS. You can download episodes there or press the subscribe button, or, launch your favorite podcast application and search for iOS Today, because we'd love it if you subscribed, and that way you'd see every episode. And Mikah, how would people get on the show?
That's exactly what I was going to mention. If you want to come hang out in the audience and watch the show with us, like Tim did this morning, you can go to you can send a message to tickets@twit.tv. Super simple. They'll get you set up. Then you come in on the day that you're scheduled.
And we fill out a little card
for
you.
Yeah.
And then you sign 40 pages of legal documents.
Yes, and you have to
give us your firstborn.
That's also true.
That's it.
And spend some gold. No big deal.
I think I look like Rumpelstiltskin in this hat.
A little bit.
Is that why you said that?
No, but that works. It felt right after stealing a firstborn, because I think that's what Rumpelstiltskin liked to do. Yeah. Who knows? It's improv, Leo. Yes, and. That's what I...
if you want to ask a question on the show, you can just email iOS Today at twit.tv. You can, type it in, but it'd be even better if you
Now we've got some more videos and audio waiting for us. And
30 seconds thereabouts. Not too long. We don't want to go on and on, First name and city. We go on and on, but you don't have to. iOS Today at twit.tv. Thank you, Mikah.
Thank you, Leo Laporte.
We'll see you next time on iOS Today.